The only thing I knew about Morgan was that it's a horror film directed by Ridley Scott, but it turns out it's a thriller directed by Luke Scott, so you could say I knew nothing about this film.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Stupid sexy.
Down the plot hole.
I watched the trailer after seeing the film, and the trailers do make it look like a horror film, but it's really not. The trailers also show Morgan using some kind of telekinesis, which isn't in the film at all.
Answer me. What would you do?
When I got to the cinema, they gave me a voucher for 2 tickets for the price of 1. I'd never been so excited.
By Grabthar's hammer. What a savings.
So I bought my 2 tickets and took a seat next to my sweet and beautiful popcorn. And so, as I sat there, waiting for the film to start, I began to contemplate my own existence. At school, they used to call me the square root of -16, but I don't even wear glasses.
Get on with it!
It's hard to talk about any elements of the plot without giving everything away, so I'm not going to. The biggest problem I had was that I figured out what was happening really early on, perhaps 10 or 15 minutes in, around the time this character appeared. So that meant a lot of the plot details didn't really have the impact I think they were supposed to, and if you don't figure the story out, you might enjoy it a lot more. Imagine you're watching The Sixth Sense for the first time, and right at the start you worked out that Bruce Willis was
I think you know what I mean.
It would make it a lot less engaging and the reveals a lot less meaningful. Despite it being predictable, I was never bored. The acting is really good and it has a nice quiet tone to it, and it's certainly a strong effort for a first-time director of a major film. They had some really interesting ideas, but they failed to capitalise on them and explore them in much detail. The climax of the film devolved into your usual Hollywood action, but it was done well enough. It's a good film. It's not great, but it's good. The story's been done before, and it's been done better, but despite all its flaws, Morgan is still a solid film. It's acted, shot and directed really well, unlike other films. But unfortunately the story holds it back from really being great. But it's certainly good, and I'm glad I went to see it.
I'll be back.